Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video we're going to learn how to send welcome message to new Slack user. So my objective is that as soon as I'm going to add a new user to my Slack channel, what should happen is a welcome message should be forwarded towards the user as a direct message on their Slack account. For that, what we're going to do is we're going to simply create an automation with the help of Pabbly Connect. So if you want to learn how to do this automation, then let me take you all to my screen. In this video we're going to learn how to send welcome messages to new Slack user. So here my objective is that as soon as I'm going to add a new user in my Slack account, automatically a welcome message should be forwarded to that same user on their direct message. For that, what we are going to do is we're going to simply create an automation with the help of Pabbly Connect. On the screen you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign into our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign in to my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly Apps window in front of you, in which you can see the 5 applications of Pabbly, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on Access Now. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this button right over here that says Create Workflow. A new dialog box is going to appear in front of you, which is asking for a workflow name. So I'm going to give a name to my workflow as Send Welcome Message to New Slack User. This is the name that I want to give to my workflow. Next, over here, it is asking for us to select a folder. On the left side of my screen, you can see I have created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down arrow, and these are the folders that I've created in my Pabbly Connect, from which I'm going to select Slack Automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After that, we're going to click on Create in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Send Welcome Message to New Slack User, and there are two windows in front of you. Over here, one says Trigger, other says Action. Trigger and Action are the two most important steps of our automation process, because our process depends on these two concepts. Over here, Trigger says when this happens and Action says do this. That means our action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. Firstly, what we're going to do is we're going to set up our trigger step, and for the trigger application, we are going to select it as Slack. We're going to select our trigger application as Slack, and for the trigger event, we are going to select it as new user. We are selecting our trigger application as Slack and the trigger event as new user, because my objective is that as soon as a new user is going to be created in our Slack channel, automatically Pabbly Connect should capture the response. But over here you can see it says 10 minutes. This is the polling duration right over here, as Slack is a polling based application. Polling based application means that in every 10 minutes duration, that is polling based time right over here, Slack is going to send the new data to Pabbly Connect. Okay, so if you're not going to get the response immediately, then don't worry, because as Slack is a polling based application, it is going to take up 10 minutes to send the new data to Pabbly Connect. Okay, after selecting the trigger application and the trigger event, we're going to click on Connect. In order to connect Slack with Pabbly Connect, a new window is going to appear, on which we have to click on Add New Connection. But if you want, you can select this existing connection. After that, click on Connect with Slack. A new window is going to appear, which is asking for a token type. I'm going to select my token type as user right over here. If you want, you can select your token type as bot as well. I'm going to click on Save Next. A new window is going to appear, which is asking for a permission. I'm going to click on Allow. As a safe process, my data is perfectly safe with Pabbly Connect. I'm going to click on Allow. As you can see that we successfully authorized Slack with Pabbly Connect. Okay, after authorizing, over here it is asking for us to click on Save and Send Test Request. As soon as we're going to click on Save and Send Test Request, the data of the new user has been created is going to mention over here. Before clicking on Save and Send Test Request, I've already created a new user in my Slack account in the name of Test Demo 123. Okay, this is the user that I've created in my Slack account, and the user is successfully added to my Slack account. So as a new user is already created in our Slack account, what we are going to do is we are going to click on Save and Send Test Request. As soon as you go to click on Save and Send Test Request, a response is going to be received right over here, and for the name of the user, it comes as Test Demo 123, and this is the same user that I've created in my Slack account. Okay, so this response right over here is having all the information of the user that we have created in our Slack account. Okay, so this means that we successfully created a connection between Slack and Pabbly Connect, and our trigger setup is done. So as soon as a new user is going to be created in our Slack account, in 10 minutes you are going to receive a new response in your trigger step. Okay, so as we have done our trigger setup, what we are going to do is we're going to do our action setup, and for the action application, what we are going to do is we are going to select it as Filter by Pabbly. Because what happens is that whenever you are going to create a new user in your Slack account, what happens is an invitation is going to be forwarded towards the user on their Gmail account. And when an invitation is going to be forwarded to the user on their Gmail, then also a response is going to be received. But as we just want that whenever a new user is created, when the user is going to accept the invitation that is going to be forwarded, then what happens is, I'm going to take you back to the response over here. In this response over here, it says is email confirmed as one, right? When a invitation is successfully confirmed by the user, is email confirmed, the response comes as one. Okay, so what we are going to do is, as we just want, whenever a new user is created after the user has accepted the request of inviting them to the Slack channel, what I want is that I want only then this workflow should continue. Okay, so what we are going to do is, we're going to set up our filter for the action that I've taken it as filter values. Then I've clicked on connect. Okay, and over here it is asking for us to select a label. For the label over here, I'm going to select it as the email confirmed field. This is the email confirm field, and the response is going to be one every time the user is going to accept the request. So what I'm going to do is, I've set up the filter as for the label I've selected as is email confirmed. When it is equal to be 1, then only this workflow is going to continue. Okay, whenever a new user is created and the response the email confirm is equal to 1, that's the user has accepted the invitation that we have forwarded them on their Gmail account for joining our Slack channel. When they confirm the invitation, what happens is the response comes as is email confirmed as 1. Okay, so filter says over here that if email confirmed is equal to 1, then only this workflow is going to continue. So I'm going to click on save and send test request. As you can see, for the message over here, it says condition is true and the status as success. Okay, that means we have successfully applied the filter. Now what will happen is, any response is going to be captured in our previous trigger step. What will happen is, till the time the email confirmed is not going to be equal to 1, this workflow is not going to work. Okay, now what we want is that as soon as a new user is going to be created in our Slack account, automatically towards the user a welcome message should be forwarded on their Slack account. What we are going to do is, we're going to add another action step by clicking on this plus button right over here. And for the action application, we are going to select it as Slack. So I'm going to select my action application as Slack. And for the action event, I'm going to select it as send direct message without image. Okay, we are going to select our action event as send direct message without image, because we want to send a message directly to the user who has been created in our Slack account. Okay, then we're going to click on connect and on to connect Slack with Pabbly Connect. And as we have an existing connection, I'm going to click on select existing connection, but if you want, you can add a new connection. I'm going to click on save. As you can see, that we successfully authorized Slack with Pabbly Connect. Over here it is asking for which user do we want to send a message to. In our previous response over here in the trigger step, we have received a user ID. I want to send a message to that specific user ID. For the user right over here, what we are going to do is, we are going to map the data. Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we are going to insert the data from the previous step of our automation workflow. And how we are going to map the data right over here, click on this bracket, turn it on. Okay, over here it says map, we have to turn it on. Then over here existing data is going to appear. We're going to erase the existing data. As soon as we're going to click over here, you can see there are 2 steps, Slack new user filter, and over here you can see these are the previous step of this automation process. Okay, we are going to search over here for the ID, because we want to map the data of the ID of the user. With the help of this ID, we are going to send the message directly to the user. Okay, and as I map the data right over here, what happens is the data has now become dynamic. That means whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the data right over here is going to be updated. Okay, next over here it is asking for the message type. I'm going to select it as plain text. Okay, and next it is asking for the message that we want to send to our user. For the message over here, I'm going to write it as, so as you can see, this is the message that I want to send to my user, that says hello, welcome to our team. We are excited to have you on board. If you have any questions or need help with anything, feel free to reach out to me or anyone on our team. We are here to help you. Thank you, regards. So this is the message that I want to send to my user right over here. Okay, over here next to hello, what I want is the name of my user. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to map the data of the name of my user, that is right over here. Okay, so as I map the data has now become dynamic. That means whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the data right over here is going to be updated. That's why I mapped the data right over here. Next it is asking for the bot name and the bot icon. I don't require the step, so I'm going to skip the part. Next I'm going to click on save and send test request. As soon as you're going to click on save and send test request, the response is going to be received, and the response that we have received is a positive response. So now I'm going to open the user and I'm going to check whether user have received a new message on their Slack account or not. For that, I'm going to open my Slack account. So as you can see right over here, a new message is received in our Slack channel which says, "Hello test demo 123, welcome to our team. We are excited to have you on board. If you have any questions or need help in anything, feel free to reach out to me or anyone on our team. We are here to help you. Thank you. Best regards." So this is the message that has been forwarded to the user that we have created with the help of Slack, and this is the account of my user right over here, and the message is forwarded towards the user. So this means that we successfully created an automation with the help of Pabbly Connect. But now for real, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another user in my Slack channel, and I'm going to check whether a new message is going to be forwarded to that user or not. For that, I'm going to open my Slack channel, and you can see that this is the user that I've created in my Slack channel in the name of dummy user 12345. So this is the user that I've created in my Slack channel, and the user has successfully accepted the invitation to join my Slack account. So now I'm going to check whether in 10 minutes, as I've already told you that Slack is a polling based application, so it is going to send the new data to Pabbly Connect in 10 minutes. So I'm going to check whether in 10 minutes dummy user 12345 receives a welcome message on their Slack account or not. So I'm going to check that after 10 minutes, and yes, after 10 minutes you can see this is the account of dummy user 12345. This is the account right over here. This is the user that I've created. So after 10 minutes you can see over here a welcome message is forwarded on this account which says, "Hello dummy user 12345, welcome to our team," and this is the message, welcome message right over here. So this means that we successfully created an automation with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum up till now what we have done, my objective was that I wanted whenever I'm going to create a new user in my Slack account, automatically a welcome message should be forwarded towards the user on their Slack account as a direct message. For that, what I've done is I've simply created an automation with the help of Pabbly Connect, and this is how we create this automation. Okay, so if you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment on below if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video. Not just with these applications, you can create automation with the help of Pabbly Connect between multiple applications. If you have any doubts, you can send us email on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can ask your queries on forum.pabbly.com. If you have any queries regarding the pricing of Pabbly Connect, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment down below if you have any questions and doubts, and please share this video, and thank you for watching.